Hello, my dear Leo. This is your love and spirituality reading for the time between December the 1st to December 15, 2016 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So I will start shuffling your cards. December 14, we will have the last of the 3 supermoons for 2016. This moon is also known as the full cold moon and the full long night's moon. And as the moon before Yule. Yule is the midwinter solstice. December 13 to 14, there will also be visible meteor showers in the sky, the Gemini's meteor shower. It is considered to be the most powerful meteor shower every year, but will be a bit damped by the full supermoon this time. So, I call the divine with love and light, and I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and I call the 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Leos. I want my dear Leos to have love in their life, to find themselves in loving relationship and striving towards their highest destiny and creative success. Okay, so I'll just tune in a little bit. Okay, so this is your future, this is your now, and this is the past. The past maybe in November, and this might be the first part of December 2016. But whenever you watch this is probably exactly the right time to see it. So the first card for you is Page of Cups. Page of Cups is a very beautiful card. It shows very pure intentions. It might have been someone coming bearing you a gift, but it might also be that you are finally accepting your inner child and taking real good care of this beauty. You see how the emotions splash over her, almost like a tsunami wave, and still this smile on her face because she accepts her feelings fully and she doesn't resist them anymore. Actually, she sees them as her communication with the divine, which you can see in the bowl there, representing by a fish. So it's a very beautiful, harmonious card, showing a person that really has some deep intention of being very like pure and not playing games or pretending to be someone which they are not. So the next card for Leo is Justice. So Justice, coming after Page of Cups, is kind of you giving justice to your inner child, not letting people treat this little person inside of you in any crappy way. This is also Libra and balance in relationship, balance in between everything, opposition, like rest and work. She has a purple curtain behind there. It kind of shows that not anyone can go past her and through that curtain. And on the curtain on the other side is kind of when you level up in experience. So it seems like maybe this being very pure and honest and true to your feelings might have been like the key to this gateway. This gateway is the justice. It's kind of something needs to be done for you to be able to level up to the next level. And yes, it's honoring yourself, honoring the path you have chosen. And it's almost like a video game where you need to do a certain kind of like quest to be able to level up. And this is this kind of card, the justice. You need to do something to be able to come past her and level up. So the next card is Two of Wands. So Two of Wands is kind of waiting for something, or it's longing for a future which you are imagining here. And it's a cat there. Both the cat and the man has their back turned against us. So it's kind of your self-sufficientness and your longing to do whatever you were supposed to do when you come to Earth. And Two of Wands is also a lot of things besides this. It's strength. In Totaro, it's like 2 crossed dorches. Dorches is power. So this means that you need to kind of harvest a lot of power, a lot of strength to take you to the next level. This next level with the Justice card. And Justice is 11, and this is, of course, 2. So it's something with the 2s here, duality, seeing things from different angles. 2 of Wands can also be 2 people not speaking to each other. It can also be like a waiting period before this new happens, which you are kind of wanting to happen by passing through the Justice. You wait for a new future for yourself. You wait for the rewards for past work being done. And this is kind of waiting period. See if the spell kind of fell out right. So. And the next card is 6 of Cups. So 6 of Cups is reconciliation. So this might have been going on for you, Leo, quite some time with all those cards. You standing up for your inner child. This might also be like some person in your nearby that can be very pure and honest and need to want to have justice for themselves. And here is kind of this waiting period where you needed to stick to your guns and kind of prove yourself being really strong to balance out like an old karma. And 6 of Cups is kind of the card for resolving karma. And we see here those 2 children playing together very nicely. They are very equal and balanced, as is imagined here with the Justice card. And they also have the source here, the divine. It's also often pictured like a well or water flowing like this. And it's also a beautiful home there. So it's something here with this equality between people, with this dualism also. So something has been going on with you working to balance out some old karma, it seems, and make it better this time. So the next card for you is Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is also Libra, but this is Libra, Major Arcana Libra, and this is Minor Arcana Libra. Libra is of course Justice. And this Queen of Swords is a very lonely person. It's kind of a person that has withdrawn from human encounters. They are sitting on a mountain very high up, kind of like the hermit. But she has this white garment here and this blue, which is showing like purity and innocence and also hope. She has the blue jays here and a little fairy there. But she's very high up in the cloud, and you can also see on her gaze that she's very like distant in her gaze. So Queen of Swords can be any swords card, no, any swords, no, swords person. But it can also be you kind of deciding to stick to your guns and ride maybe through something that need to be leveled out, need to be more justice, need to be more balance. Queen of Swords, as I said, she's very lonely, and she is this by choice because she has looked at her surrounding and she haven't found really any support anywhere, and therefore she is kind of aligning herself very lonely with herself because she has this high level sense of justice and how people should behave. So she's kind of a bit judgy and put out like rules for how people need to behave when they're close to her. And if they are kind of failing with this, she chooses loneliness instead. So this could be you wanting maybe something, but still trying to be very like on your guard or distance yourself a little bit from people because you don't know what the future will hold, because it's something new here because of the justice, something new, something needs to be balanced, and you don't really know exactly yet how this balance will be reached. So it's kind of stepping a step back to see what's actually going on. So the next card for you is the High Priestess, and the High Priestess and the Queen of Swords and Justice, they are very well related. You can see this, all three very strong women. In this card, the Justice card, both the pillars are white. it's indicated that you need to be very like aligned with a higher law to be able to walk through there. But the High Priestess is almost even more divine, and she has both the white and the black pillar, so both her all her characteristic is kind of making room in the same person. Very much self-respect, also very impulsive, does whatever she feels is right for exactly that moment, because she's very much in tune with the moon here. And you can see that she's almost not manifested. She's half manifested and half like out in space. And it's the same here. No one will pass through here before her and out to her paradise garden before they have learned a certain skill or understand something about her. She's very mysterious, and she's very in tune with her higher self and her soul. So she's not easily like kind of backed up in a corner, because she trusts herself and she respects herself. So as being a major arcana card, she of course has more power than the Queen of Swords, but in other case they are very much alike, like very self-respected, also have maybe a little bit suspicion against other people, and only listen to themselves, both those. And we have the Justice is a little bit more open card, because you see the red in this and the green, it's kind of justice for everyone. But the Queen of Swords and the High Priestess doesn't really care of anyone. She's very much in tune with her source, and therefore she is everyone. So she doesn't have to take other people like in consideration, because she knows that she's walking on her highest path, and she's not going to back away from this. Oh, and here we have a Queen of Wands, and that's of course you, Leo. Queen of Wands here with the cat. Now you are turned against us and facing whatever problems lie ahead. It's kind of resting with this card. This is more like a bit anxious, but here it's like a big sigh of relief, just sitting and being very relaxed. The Queen of Wands is a personality she's very warm. She is this kind of very deep, warm love. She's very passionate as well. And she has lived many, many lifetimes. So she has a lot of experience and also a lot of self-respect. So she's not going to... she's not easily fooled, and she is also like the best companion you can have, because she's both very warm towards you, and she also protects you from everything. And it's a beautiful, beautiful card. It's the red hair is kind of indicating this fiery passion with her temper, and the yellow is of course solar plexus, me, what I want. So she's kind of very aligned with herself. So this is a very strong reading, Leo. You have a lot of feminine power here. That's it's a bit masculine actually, because the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands is the more masculine queens, in that they are sword and wands. Also, this is willpower and truth, being able to fight for freedom and things like this. The feminine queens are of course Queen of Cups and Queen of Pentacles. They are more unconditional in their love, but these are more balanced, like they are more in tune with a higher goal that's also including themselves. So the next card for you is Ten of Pentacles, and Ten of Pentacles comes really central in this reading. So Ten of Pentacles is a place of value, something that you have been building up, a dream that you have for the future. It's somewhere which you want to go. You see this, you hold the globe like this, and instead of a cat, we have a dog here. Dog is indicating loyalty, and it's a house. It's resemblance a little bit the house in this card. It's a couple there embracing each other, an elderly person with a baby. So it's a place of value. It can be work. For some of you, you might need to choose like where to work in the future, where to put your energy, where to build your kind of riches. but it can also be any kind of goal that you had here that you want to see manifested. And it's like it's not no option here. Because you have all those strong cards and you are very pure here, very like in tune with your feelings, and it's kind of non-optional with these strong women that's here. So it seems like Leos will get what they want. Either way, they will get what they want. They are like relentless in this, it seems. So the next card is, of course, Strength. Strength, Leo. You have this Leo female here. This is a cat and this is a lion, but it's kind of the same animal, just in different shape. And you see the resemblance also between those two females, and the roses here showing her passionate nature. She also have the 8 here above, and that's the eternity symbol. Sorry for my voice. I have a bit of a cold. So this is someone that believes in themselves. They are taking an adult decision and kind of align themselves with that. And it's going to be very hard to kind of alter your mood right now, Leo, because it seems like you have decided for something. You are very warm, very generous, but also kind of very much in your self-respect, and it surrounds this 10 of Pentacles, this kind of goal that you seem to have that's central in this reading. The next card for you is the King of Pentacles, and it comes underneath the Queen of Swords, so it might be the same person. The King of Pentacles is kind of a little bit a stubborn person that's can make everything grow, also grudges and riches. And we see here he has both the masculine and the feminine symbols here with growth, and here this square, this castle that he lives in. But he's very focused upon one goal, as the Queen of Swords is very focused upon her sword here, her mind, her kind of connection with the divine. So both those persons are maybe a bit stubborn and withdrawn, but they are very focused on their goal. They are not going to split from their goal. They have like this very cemented focus. The King of Pentacles is a gardener on earth. He's a person that are supposed to take care of the divine feminine. Often this is depicted as a husband. It can also be a boss at work, a doctor, a farmer as well. Something where you are working in the service of humanity, and it's not only for the self, it's also for others. But both those persons are a bit of lonely and withdrawn, but it's just because they kind of have problem to trust other people, especially the king when he has the Queen of Swords here. It might be a bit, they might be a bit judgmental, and they don't like arguments or things going wrong, because they have this focused plan and are kind of anxious to come there, but in the same time they are very relentless and calm. So we'll see where it goes with this. It's very the 10 of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles are both like things that can be very stable, things that won't rock so easily, and especially with the Strength here in between, it seems to be almost some kind of very strong connection here going on. Okay, so the future for you, Leo, is Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups comes underneath Page of Cups and the High Priestess. So it seems to be someone that's very much in tune with their emotions, because the High Priestess is a person that's in tune with the moon, that is the subconscious, the feelings going in with high tide, and both those cards are water sign. This is pure water, and this is usually Pisces. So it seems like a person is very much aligned with their feelings, and they are taking their feelings due to the High Priestess as their highest authority in life. And they also hold this cup really high, like trying to take guidance from it. And she is very clear with that she is taking guidance from her cup, from her feeling here. But you see this one, he's kind of gazing on the cup here, like a bit like half afraid, half like very curious and in tuned. So this is actually a black and white horse. So this is very good. It's like the black and white with the high priestess being very taking everything as it comes. Very like water, fluid, going around obstacles. So it's a beautiful prosperity in this card. It seems like you can have an offer of love, or being more open to embrace love in your life, or maybe meeting someone new, because the Page of Cups is a card for renewal. It's like a new idea, a new energy, but it might also be for your inner child here. And the Knight of Cups is a bit like a teenager, very eager, want to get out, get things done. Yes, he wants to explore the world. He wants to experience more, and it seems like the experience that he wants to do is within love. So it's very beautiful. The next card for you is Five of Wands, and it comes underneath the Queen of Wands and the Justice. So it seems like you, Leo, need to fight for your justice here, because this won't come easily. The Five of Wands is, it might be the Knight of Cups here that doesn't have the real same goal as do you. So you're riding in many different directions here. One wants to go that way and one that way, and then so sometimes it's better maybe to go your separate ways and try to build something else on each, like one house there and the other one there, because you can't get along with this. Or there needs to be some kind of alignment, like some kind of agreement on what to build, and work relentlessly against it. But it seems here that you need to be a little bit of a warrior, Leo, that you need to take up your arms, even though this is not weapons that are lethal. It's willpower going in many different directions here. And this is dragon riders, so it seems like it's going to require a lot of courage as well, and maybe to be like centered, like those women here, not running around getting like agitated and frustrated or things like this. Take whatever comes as it comes, and try to sit on your throne here in self-respect, and don't get like involved in petty arguments. It's what seems to be advised here. And the next card is Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is a very beautiful card, especially when karma, like justice, is involved, because this is the release of karma. This is when people actually, instead of having petty arguments, trying to get along, like trying to have balance, trying to have equalness between them, it's like with the Six of Cups, this reconciliation. This is also a six, but it's pentacles. So maybe it's better to kind of try to make a win-win situation, it seems here. Like making a situation which both parties can agree upon, and that can be fruitful for the future. So Six of Pentacles, it's of course, you know, kind of aligning with your higher self, with the adult person, as we saw with the Strength as well. Trying to be the bigger person, trying to see things from above, and what's needed to make a compromise with this petty argument that we have here. This is actually the card for when Jesus gave people fish, but there weren't enough fish, so we kind of dividing them. So it was the fish were multiplied. But this is like better. It's not to give people fish, but actually get them to know how to fish for themselves. So getting people to know how to help themselves. So it's more than charity. It's more like building up a person for the future. And it comes underneath the Two of Wands and this a stable thing of value that you have here. It can be a friendship, it can be a relationship, it can be a house, a job, whatever. But it seems like instead of distance yourself from others like this. It might be needed because divine timing is at play. So there might be, but this is sliding doors. It's kind of, you need to make a choice. And one choice will go one way and the other one will go in a total different way. So it's kind of these moments when you are choosing your destiny and kind of fulfilling your destiny. So you need to be like very in tune with your high self and what's really there out there for you, what you really want to do. Use your willpower here to create things of value. It seems to be indicated that it might be friendship here. Or something stable, something where you can compromise instead of being cold and chilly, proving to each other that you don't need each other, or arguing. The next card is Four of Swords. So Four of Swords is kind of like the Two of Wands, but it's not this choose anymore. Choice. It's not about choice. It's more about having to take time to rest, to digest things. This person seems very tired, like after a battle, and wants to kind of be left alone, kind of retire into loneliness. Sometimes it can be some health issues also, being very tired, catching a cold, influenza, or anything like this. It's energy, it's on hold, it's nothing, it's really moving forward. There's no peace because this is war, and there's no peace. It's kind of the truth between two parties arguing, and it's almost like an agreement to not argue, and the best way is to kind of keep things in silence and not moving really forward here. So, and the last card is Knight of Wands. So Knight of Wands might be a totally new person coming into this reading. If it didn't work out with a Knight of Cups, that can be a water sign or any kind of sign, like a person reaching out, wanting to be friends, wanting to give you offerings. It can be an offering of job, offering of relationship, closeness, money, whatever. But it seemed to be like arguments, petty arguments, and like a try to make a compromise, but the ending was anyway stopped in Four of Swords, not talking. But here comes the Knight of Wands. It comes underneath the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords, so it might be indicated that it's the same person, but it may also be a new person coming into your life, because the Knight of Wands is a very like restless energy, someone that wants to move around, or it's very freedom to this person. It's kind of not sticking around for yet another argument, but actually trying to make a better and better future for themselves. But Knight of Wands situated like under these two cards is more of a bravery, not so much like egocentric energy in this case. It's more like a bravery, maybe to reach out or to move things ahead a little bit. And it might also be you, actually, because it comes from your decision here that you have made. Two of Wands, being very strong. Knight of Wands, not settling for anything. Kind of not settling for second best. There need to be something more to lure the Knight of Wands to stay. So it seems like it's a fire sign, and you are a fire sign, Leo. So it seems like you are going to move along. You are going to move forward. You are going to take your energy and kind of create what you want in your life, regardless of obstacles that you meet. Because the Knight of Wands is always have a lot of hope, a lot of creativity, new ideas all the time, kind of new solutions for everything. It's a very spiritual card as well. It's often about spiritual growth, like kind of being brave enough to leave your old fears behind and step into the future, like a renewed person with a lot of self-respect and kind of wanting what you want, so you won't settle for anything that's not really what you wanted. So, Leo, I hope that made sense. It seems like a very, very good December for you. You seem to have the most things under control. It's a lot of strength surrounding here, the middle. It's a lot of love as well, like a lot of sweetness here. But it's a little bit of war going on also, and people being a bit stubborn. And this row here is a little bit more peculiar. It might be several people in your life, like a air sign person, earth sign person, a fire sign person. So there might be, it seems like you might have a lot of options during December, Leo. You can have a lot of options, choosing what you want, and kind of move away from people not doing their fair share of work and moving against people that actually are kind of your kind of people. Okay, so I will take some cards for you from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. See what's going on here with your Leo. Okay, very beautiful cards, Leo. This is the High Lady of Love and Compassion. And it's a lot what I saw here with the Page of Cups and this Queen of Wands here. Being very tuned with love. Wanting to share love to a receptive environment. It's a reverence, a kindness and consideration. Like thinking about other people's feelings, but also taking in consideration their own feelings. And also being very nice towards people that's hurting, or overall very, very considerate and kind. The High Lady of Love and Compassion. So it might be that you have fallen in love or met someone new, or it's a lot about love, it seems, for you with the High Lady of Love and Compassion. I think you have come to a place where you are kind of very self-assured with yourself, and it's very easy for you to be in the state of love, even if there's obstacles in the way and kind of things blocking you. It seems like you can still be very strong and very like deeply foundationed in love. So you don't need to take revenge or being vengeful or things like that. It seems like you can keep your cool. That's very good. You see here also taking care of animals, being very considerate. And we also had the Eagle King for you. And the Eagle King is a very powerful card because it's kind of an energy that takes your prayers to the sun and making them reality. It's also seeing the big picture and getting angelic help. This is the Great Spirit. It's the eagle that takes your prayers to the sun. So it seems like you have very strong helpers, like in other dimension, and from the other side, you may have ancestors or friends that's kind of watching out for you, and that's very much have this love for you. Okay, so past life oracle cards for my dear Leos. Okay, we have forgiveness and wisdom. So forgiveness and wisdom, this is what we saw also with the High Lady of Love and Compassion, that you no longer need to be angry with people for them not living up to your expectations, because you have gone beyond that, and kind of being a person that you're so self-assured with all those strength cards that you have here surrounding, that you don't need to like get agitated from petty arguments like this. Instead, you are very cool and very wise, and in tune with yourself, in tune with your highest purpose and the road that you have chosen for yourself. So very beautiful, Leo. So that was what I had for you today, and I hope to see you again in the middle of December for the next 2 weeks reading. Okay, so take really good care. Bye-bye.